took this trade in the I period when we pulled back and retested that red area there, or that red line is the weekly value area high from last week. And you can see the POC from last week is there, and that's also the low from yesterday. So I merged the two profiles, the overnight and the day profile from yesterday, which is to the left. And as we pulled back and kind of swept that VA high, I entered there. As you see on the cluster chart there, you can see the momentum come in. We had a little pullback and I entered there. My first target would be that 700 area. And then for my second target, ultimately I'm looking to fix that poor high, the GH high right there. And I would try to front run that a little bit. Because you can see we're also, they were using that halfback from that profile from yesterday. So I wanted to front run one contract there. And then I was trying to fix the poor high with the second contract. And then I thought ultimately, if you look on a 4H chart on that weekly volume profile, we were rotating between the VA high and the VA low. And I just thought there was a chance that we would head to that. So I moved my last order. You can see I put that up there at the top. So I already took my first target right here at the 700. I'm moving my stops up to kind of protect against a quick pullback from that 700. If we kind of sweep that area and then try to move lower. I move the stops up just to protect myself a little bit. That's what I'm doing right here as well. If that were to turn around and just pull back, I just want to get out here and kind of reassess. Because what I ultimately wanted to do is come back and retest that 700 level and move higher. If it failed to do that, then I would just want to be out of this. Right here, you can see it moving higher. So I moved one of the contracts up just in case that fakes me out, comes back on me. And like I said, in my next one, I'd be looking to front run that poor high, which I just took there. And then fixing the poor high would be my next target. I have these two stops under that little test of the 700. Like I said, I took the one off because they did use that halfback. It's obvious that they're using that from the previous profile. I wanted to front run it a little bit just in case. And then I thought, the obvious fixing the poor high at this point, it seems obvious, right? You see you're getting decent delta, but it's starting to flip a little bit here. But I figure I've basically protected myself. I took one contract. I've moved my stops up to the 700. So I'm just kind of letting it go. I'm watching that halfback area to see what kind of reaction we get off that. Right to it. Right there, take my contract. So I don't actually let it fix that poor high, but that was so close. I'm not going to, fight with it. And then this one, I was pushing up so hard, I thought for sure it was going to go right to it. So I kind of make a mistake here. And I tried to give it as much room as possible. And it just kind of seems like the ones that I give room, they take it. And the ones that I cut, if I would have cut it right there as it pushed up, it would have went right where I thought it was going to. If you watch the delta, it does start to roll over. And I make a mistake here. I probably should have, moved the stop up under that halfback area is what I think, regardless of what the delta is doing and what the momentum is doing. But especially when it didn't make it here on this, second attempt up. And if you look at that delta, it is starting to roll over there on the 5-minute chart. I do let this pull back a little bit. Just kind of, I think it's, I was just kind of hoping. I was hoping we were going to get a reaction right here, even get that reaction off that halfback. I think it was just kind of a delayed reaction. So if you look at that delta, we had a candle right there that was inverted. That should have been out at that halfback level. But I do let this pull back a little bit. At this point, I think I'm just kind of hoping. But I see that delta and I go ahead and close it there. And then obviously in the M period, you did have a really nice opportunity to basically take that same trade